This video is going to go over how to graph piecewise-defined functions. So a piecewise function is a function in which you have more than one formula defined for different domains, essentially, of that function. So you might have three, you might have two, you might have more than three. For example, if you want to look at the absolute value function, you could say that it's the graph of y equals negative x, but only on this specific domain. And it's the graph of y equals x, but only on this specific domain, and combine those to make the absolute value function. So let's say that there's a cell phone company and they use this cost equation for how much it's going to cost you for gigs. So let's say basically to give some examples here, you get a flat rate of $25 between 0 and 2 gigs. After that, they're going to charge you essentially per gig used after 2. So the first thing we're going to do is be like, okay, well, what's the cost if I want to use this? So G equals 1.5. Well, then C of 1.5, I would only look on the domain in which includes that G. That's just going to be 25. And in fact, I'm going to just have that cost of 25 from 0 to 2. And I guess it's going to be an open circle. Oh my goodness, I didn't want to do that. Open circle here. Okay. Now, what if I want to use 4 gigs of data? Then when I plug in C of 4, I'm going to plug into this part of the equation because that G value is greater than 2. Notice that it includes that $25 fee for that 0 through here. And then this is like the overage amount. So 25 plus 10 times 2, 25 plus 20, you should be charged $45. So at 4, I know that I have 45. So let's go by 5 maybe, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 45, 40, 45. Now I know that this is a line, so I do know that if G is 0, I could just do another point here, or G is 2, I should say, if G is 2. C of 2, well, when I plug 2 in here, like that goes away. So C of 2 is just 25. So these connect. Okay, and I can actually fill this in here. Now, when a piecewise function connects like this, we call this a continuous piecewise function. Because I could just draw like flat line, flat line, flat line. Once you use 2 gigabytes, then you have to pay a certain amount per gig over 2. So that's one way you can do this. In the problem here, it wanted us to find these 2 values, okay, and I added in this graph component to kind of make some sense and some reasoning here. But this is also a way that you could graph if I just said like, hey, graph this piecewise function. Another way that you could graph this is each piece. So like 25 looks like this. Bloop. And then let's think about what the graph of 25 plus 10 of x minus 2 looks like. Well, this is a line with a slope of 10. And if I subtract that 25 over here, notice that's in point slope form. So it has to go through the point to 25. So I have to go through the point 2, 25, and then I have a slope of up 10 over 1, up 10 over 1. Then I can combine these by restricting the domains. So then you can say, oh, my pen is not wanting to work here. There we go. Right, I'm 0, open circle, to 2, I'm 25, and then I'm this graph after that.